Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to MineMogul. We've progressed really well here. I made a few changes in between episodes, refined a few things. Everything is working pretty well. As you can see, I'm on the Mogul quests, so if we have a look at the quests, we head down to the end. All of these are in progress now. So I finished all the master quests and we're working on these. Pretty well towards crushed coal or the coal mogul. But there are a few tips that I need to give regarding this stuff and the slag, the Master of Slag. And we're going to add more copper into our system because we need a little bit more copper. Yeah, and see what else we can bring down from the top. Anyway, lots to do. Let's get stuck in. So right off the bat, this is slag. It's a mixture of coal and whatever else. We needed that for a quest, and fortunately I had a little belt issue that was going on. And I believe it was right here. From time to time, the coal will hop out of this crusher. As you can see, we have some lying on the ground. Now that was hopping onto this belt, which I've now moved forward a little bit. So I think that has solved that pretty much to a large extent. But what I also did was these splitters, they don't split very evenly if they are sort of side on. So I was bringing this up here and splitting that way and that way. And I was getting more into the iron than I was to the steel. So I realigned this, which gave me the opportunity to move this forward anyway. And now it's splitting a little bit more evenly. But I do have capacity for more iron, and obviously have capacity for more copper. I think I've mined all the gold on the map. So I don't think we're going to be getting much more than what we've got already. Anyway, moving on. Just to hop into the quests, this Master of Slag, there are a couple of things in here that you might want to know about. First of all, the junk cost. Now, I went and got myself this little scanner thing from the shop, and you can hover over things and it'll tell you what they are. This is a junk cost, and so is that. And you get that by taking out the molds, or one of the molds, and you let it run through and you get these junk costs. So it's an ingot that wasn't cast in a mold. Now for that Master of Slag, you only needed 10 of the slag junk casts, which are these ones. So it's basically these ingots without a mold. Okay, this is what the iron looks like if it's not slag and it's cast as a junk. So it's basically the same thing. Another thing, if you're doing it manually, like I was just taking a piece of coal and dumping it onto the iron line to get all the slag targets met, because there weren't many. So I did that manually instead of setting up a system for it. The one thing you can't do, and we'll head upstairs for this, is put slag through the plate maker. It does not go through. It will not go through. So how do you get slag pipes? Well, very simple. You take one plate of one type and you put it onto the belt of another type. And we'll shortly see it. And there is a slag pipe. So yeah, in case you didn't know, that's how you do it. The rest of it's pretty straightforward. Put a slag ingot in to the rod maker and you get a slag rod and put it through the threaded lathe threading thing and you get a slag threaded bar. So there you go. All sorted. So now I can clean this lot up. I shouldn't be getting a lot of slag through, he says, as things start beeping again. I have no idea. Sometimes things just go weird and I really don't know where the problem is coming from because it's not regular. But yeah, obviously a slag bar has come through here and there it is. Yep, still have no clue. Anyway, we'll dump those. And obviously when that happens, it happens at the top and bottom. It seemed to only happen at the top before, or at the bottom, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I need a couple of regular miners. Well, not regular ones. I want the turbo miners, the fast ones. There we go, the rapid auto miner. So I need 2 of those. And let me just check my inventory. I've got 1 drill bit. So I still need 1 more. So we'll get a turbo drill bit. And while I'm in here, the dev test tools, that's where I found this resource scanner. Very handy. There's also a packager that we will have a look at. Packages items into boxes. Packaged items have 5% sell price bonus. We'll have to see how that works. The hard hat, like I said in the previous episode, we don't need that. And yeah, this is in the shop. Experimental test items. We might have to have a look at that. Don't know what those are. Anyway, we can check out. Oh, wait. We also need conveyors. We only need a bunch of straight conveyors. How's my corners? Corners are fine. And I'll get another 100. You go through straight conveyors very quickly. So get that. Right. So we pick everything up. And we're going to head over, first of all, and sort out the copper, because there are a couple of copper nodes down here that I missed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over this way, and we're going to go... That's where our copper location is. So this is the copper that's coming out. So this is the back end of my factory with all the sorters over there. And I've come through this way. The gold is coming from that side. I'm going to go through here and down into this cave. Now, I should have bought lights as well. Give me a second. Right, I'm back with lights. We're going out the back of the copper cave that we were in, and we're going down over here. And I will put lights in as I go, trying to keep them sort of out of the way. And here's the cave with a couple more copper nodes. All right, and the place is lit. So we'll put that in there and that in there. Now this one is going to give us some coal as well, and this one will be mainly copper, so that we should be able to tie into a line. Right, so what I'll do here is I'm going to bring this out and then bend it. Oh, there's something on the ground in the way. Not anymore. Right, so bend it in, and I'm going to need a ramp to switch it around. Put that in, and then I'm going to bring this down on this side. And there's more mess that I'm going to have to clean up. So this is the line that I want to come down on, because that's too close. Right. So straight bit in there, bend it, and pull all of these through, and we're going to carry on. Right, now for this side, I want to bring it down here, because I'm going to ramp it up and go through this hole into the copper area and just tie it into that same line. So that could be the right line. Let's test. Yeah, this works. Now I just need to clear out some garbage as well. So we get rid of that and that and that. So I think the line that I want to bring this in on will be maybe that line. That looks okay. That'll tie us into here. Cool. Okay, that's actually, I might not do a merge. Actually, no, it's not going to be a large amount. So yeah, I'll do a merger. And I do have some mergers. So we will pop this one out and switch to merger, and that will go there, and then we can put a straight piece in over there. Super. Now I can work backwards a bit and hope that I can make that ramp. Ooh, it might not work out so well. It's not going to work. Darn. Alright, so that is the spot there. And I can do this piece of tie, and then I'm going to need to go to the top and figure out how I'm going to do this, because this is going to need to come out one more. So, squiggly line it will be. Ooh, that's actually not going to work. Nope. Take that out. See if I can ramp it down from here. Yeah, that'll work. But that needs to change direction. And then we can put the bend in. And something is not in the right direction. Oh, it's this belt over here. Yep. Both of the ramps. So let's get that done. We'll do that and that. And finally the bend. And just go up and visually check the direction. Yep. It's all working. Cool. We'll have some more copper soon. As soon as I have connected up this line. Alright, so that line is all done. All the way through. Yeah, super. And it looks like I bought the wrong drill bit. Well, I'll just have to go and get another one. But there we go. There's a little bit more coal. And get that other drill bit. And we can get that other miner going. Oh, and by the way, after sitting around for quite a long time, I did manage to get some of those geodes, and I've put them into a sorter basket over here. So I've got one of each plus a diamond. I haven't seen anything else come out here, but yeah. We got a celestite, we have a quartz, and there's an amethyst, and there's a diamond in there as well. Now I think the emeralds are being pulled out, if there are any emeralds now. They're being pulled out onto another line down the bottom from that side. It doesn't look like the big chunks give emeralds. They do give diamonds. Anyway, quickly back to the shop and pick up the hardened drill bit and then go and drop the other one off because I have no intention of using it. Oh, what you can do here. Let's see, what's not important to me. This. If we pick this box up and we drag it over to the bin and just toss it in and it disappears. That's one way to clean up your mess. So I'm going to stand close, go into the inventory. This is the one I don't want. Drop it and it's gone. Bit of a waste of cash, but you do get some money back for them apparently. Alright, and then we put this bit in and more coal and more copper. Good. Might be a little bit of cleaning up to do around here, so I will do that. We'll just keep our physics object numbers down, but I'll break the clusters up because I don't want them to land up in my system before being broken up. Alright, that's good. Okay, awesome, all sorted. And look at that, we're over 2 million. Doing pretty nicely. Yeah, we do have a nice increase in copper coming through now. The copper belts are starting to fill up a little. Good. So, we have capacity for more copper and iron. I don't think there are any more gold nodes on the map. We have no need for crushed coal anymore, but we still need coal ore. Look at this. This is, yeah, these crushers, there's got to be some kind of protection around the top of them because they do drop stuff. And then that stuff lands up on the wrong belts. So, yeah, that's what you got to watch out for. I'll try and think of a way to protect them. I mean, I could make a mess and just do a bunch of walled belts around them. But I feel like they're going to hop the walls of the walled belts as well. So let's see what we're dealing with at the top. We can take more copper and iron. And I think if we go through here, I put a little walkway over this to make it easier to get around. But if we head over this way, I believe we have a bunch of copper around here and no lights. Ooh, there we go. We got two large copper nodes. Very nice. We'll put a light in over here like that. And maybe one over here. There we go. So this will be a new belt. What have we got over here? It's another copper with some coal. That's a minor node. Yeah, that's just a small node. Alright, well, we might as well start with the copper. I'm not sure at what point we will overload them, but we need 2 big miners and a small one. Alright, after a quick jump down, back of the shop, 1 small miner and 1 heavy auto miner. No, actually, it was 2 heavy auto miners. How are we looking on belts? We're still looking okay. Right, those are purchased. What happened? Oh, they fell out. Right, everything is picked up. Right, so we'll head up to the top and go and get more copper. So the copper line will be, well, it doesn't really matter, but I think I'm going to put it in on this line and we'll work it out. Oh gosh, there's big miners. I need to get myself a cluster breaker and I don't have any in my stock at the moment. All right, well, I'm up here. Let's put the miners in first. So this one here, that one there, immediately turn them off. And then the rapid auto miner goes over there. And that points in that direction. I might as well give it its bit. So plug that in and turn off. So what I'm going to need to do here, break the clusters. So if I bring these 2 down, break the cluster over here, add in this line, and then bring it in through here, and then it's going to need to go under this belt at some point, maybe over here, and I'll line them up. So let me go get that cluster breaker. And I may as well get 2, because I think I might need 1 for the iron later. So, machines, cluster breaker. That's that one. Yep, we'll get 2. And purchase. Oh, and by the way, I did change all the molds to the double ingot molds on all the smelters. So yeah, that's happening. And I regret not getting a whole bunch more conveyor belts. Okay, let us see. Got a bit of junk to clean up around here, just so that this stuff won't get in the way. Oh, hang on. Do we have a passage through? Oh, we do. Look at that. What have we got through here? Torch. Oh, cool. Some stuff. All right, well, I think I will just drag this out and go and put it on a pile because we are... And I want to keep our physics numbers low. So I'll just put this, I don't know, somewhere out here. And I'll dump that onto the belt with a small miner. Yep, and put that over there. Yeah, at the moment we're on about 2,153. I don't think that's too bad. But let's see where we're going to do this cluster breaker. if I bring this through, ramp it down, ramp it up again, or I could bring this up. Let's try that. Bring this up. Oh, that's not the right ramp. And for some reason, I battle to spot things in the inventory. Right, that is going up. Yep. Yeah, this is not a good idea, because this will end up being a bend over here, and no, I don't want that. So we'll do this way. Get rid of these two. Ramp this down over here, and then go this way, and then I'm going to need to ramp it up over here. Does the cluster breaker need two? Hang on, it's dark out here as well. Oh man, I forgot to pick up the flippin' cluster breakers out of the elevator. I am back with cluster breakers. Okay, no, we only needed to go up one. So we can drop that in there. Yep. And then this will come out and we can merge the line. So if we bring this out here, I need to take this one out, rotate that one. That's going to go that way. Put another light in over here. Oh, got it the wrong way around. Don't care. That will go that way. Perfect. Now these are all crushed already, so I can run it under that bolt. So I'm going to raise it up one and then go this way, and then we'll head out that way. Now I might need to bring the iron when I eventually do, because I think it's down on that end. Bring that over the top of this so that I can still walk through this area. Well, I actually can't walk through here anyway, so oh well. And then it's just make the long line all the way back. And it's not too difficult. And then I'm going to pop out from under this one and run it alongside. Yeah, this place got very busy. Bend this. Can I put one in over here? Yeah, let's see. I'm going to work backwards to get the ramp. So that will be there. And then a couple of bends. And that is it. So now I have to do the bottom end stuff. So that means extending this conveyor out. And do I have any... I've got a few chutes left, but I'll need a top chute. So we'll build that. And then regular chutes. Ooh, it's not so difficult. We'll bring those down. We'll need a bottom chute. Oh no, we're going to use this one. The angled chute. Put that in. And I am already running out of belts. That's okay. We'll bring this through. My belts line up nicely. That's it. I'm out. Right, I do just want to check that I'm not overdoing it. No, we're still good on copper over here. That can handle a bit more. Anyway, back to the shop. We got more belts to get. And maybe I'll top up on my chutes as well. So I've got a few things. I haven't needed to use the hoppers. They are pretty big. But I'm going to need may as well just get 100 more of these. Buying them 100 at a time right now. We're short on bends, so I will get some bends. Maybe 20. And ramps, we got 17. I'll add 13 more. Alright, purchase. Oh, actually, before I leave... Nah, I got 35 merges, so that's fine. I don't think I'm going to use that many anyway. And not to forget to pick everything up. And then we can head up and continue our belting. So, this one is going to join into that line. So let me ramp down. We'll keep the ramps... Yeah, we'll keep the belts looking similar. Alright, so that is the copper line there. Top chute right here. Regular chutes down to there. And then I'll put a bottom chute in over here. And that is that tied into the copper. And I have a bunch of supports to remove just to make the place look somewhat decent. I will leave a few in the middle just to give the illusion of support. But there we go. Now I can head upstairs and switch those mines on. Now, how are we doing anyway? MineMogul's doing well. Actually, they're all doing pretty well. So I think I'm safe to, instead of switching these on individually, I'll just turn on all auto miners and this will work. And these will go through. That's just small pieces, so that's perfect. Yep, I think we're good. And then I can pick up the trash that I drops over here and put it in the conveyor. Very good. Alright, speaking of trash, Yeah, this is building up, and I have an idea where it's building up. Like I said, the crushers drop a lot of stuff, but then, you know, things also bounce out of the bin. So just to go a little further and have a look, we're doing coal over here. There were other nodes around here somewhere, weren't there? We just go and find them. Yeah, there's this iron node over here, and there's some iron over on this side. So we got 2 of the big iron nodes over here, and 2 small ones. I really hope that adding these in will not overload everything. It's alright, I can switch things off. So, let's see, this looks like a large one, so 2 big ones. Make that 3 big ones, and a small one here. And then there's another small one over this side. Over there. I'm gonna have to figure out how to tie this one. Although, oh yeah, this one's got coal in it, so yeah, this I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this out. That's not gonna be too straightforward. I might need to move this belt out so I can ramp this one out, because I don't want iron going onto the coal belt. Looks like 3 big and 2 small. But I know there's mess downstairs, so let me go and clean that while I'm down here. We can just hop down this staircase. Yep, there's all the mess. Yeah, I'm going to board this up somehow. So we pick all of this up, drop it in, and that's cleaned. Now we can go back and have a look, and that's brought us down by about 100 pieces. That means there's more. Oh yeah, I separated the slag out so that it wouldn't affect the rollers. And I didn't add this belt in. Well, I'll have to do that. I'm thinking that for now, let's do this and see if that solves any of the mess problems. Just for now. I mean, it doesn't look very neat, but it'll probably help. Yeah, there's more over here. But I think this crusher is going to be going soon. Anyway, let's get those miners. Right, rapid auto miner. We needed 2 of those. We need 2 hardened drill bits. We need 3 heavy miners. And maybe I'll get some more conveyors. The straight ones are the biggest problem. Let's get another 50 of them. And purchase. And be sure to pick up all of this stuff, because where we're going is a long way away. Alright, just while I'm down here, have another look at the... Yeah, no, the copper is fine. It's not overloaded at all. And I think we've tapped all the copper nodes. And we've definitely tapped all the gold nodes. There aren't many of them. Oh, and we do have research tickets. So let's just hop in here quickly. There's only one thing left, and that's the robot grabber arm. So we'll unlock that. We've got 15 tickets left, no more to come, and nothing else to buy. So back up to the top. Man, these nodes are a long way away. These are the furthest nodes. We just run around here and see if there aren't any more hidden somewhere. Oh, there are actually. We have more copper over here. Big ones. Ooh. Alright, let's take this out. There are 2. There's nothing up here. No. So, yep. 2 large copper nodes in this room. Let's skip this place. Oh, wait, there's another one. Why didn't that one show up? Well, there are 3. No, there's 2 big ones and a small one. I'll just light the way through here so I know where it was. And hopefully I can find a better route out of this place for those ones. Alright, what have we got here? This is iron. No, that's not the way. We go down here. There's another corridor out this way. But where does this come out? This comes out at this copper. Well, we're still gonna have to go quite far to link it up with the others. Alright, well, we'll get to that. Let's do the iron first. But first, a little light. I'm gonna pop one there and over here. Oh gosh, I'm out of lights. Oh well. We'll put the big ones in first and be sure to turn them off. Okay, those are all off. And then we'll figure out how to route these. We're going to need the small one. I'll put the bits in there when I'm ready for it. And then there's that one as well. That's going to come over. Yeah, this belt is going to have to change. Otherwise, I won't be able to get this iron out of here. These are all coal nodes. Maybe I'll wait to tie this one in. But still delete that so that I know that this is not supposed to be connected in there. And now we can get some stuff out of the way, whatever might interfere with belts, and then figure this one out. So this one's output is over here, and that one's on this side, and then this one's over there. Alright, well, I'll start with this one. So I'm doing all the straight bits first so that I can see where I'm going with this. Is that low enough? Yeah. No, it's not. Oh, might have to change how I do this. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right, because I don't want to be doing any merging here. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to loop from here, bring it in here and around, and then down. And then it's got to go through the cluster breaker. So if I do that, and then it loops, do I have space for 2? Ooh, yeah, I do. So that'll go that way. Another one there, and then loop back, bring it down. Can it connect? Nope. There's the closest. Oh, wow. I really didn't want to merge. And then this output is over here. That's going to have to come out separately. And that is going to fall over there. I could take a chance and put a bend in over here. So like that. And hope that this actually falls into the belt and doesn't get jammed up. All right. And then we put those in. Those will catch to the only one I'm really a little bit concerned about is this one. And I definitely don't want it to be a merger. So that's just how it's going to be. Then I'm immediately going to ramp it up. Grab that cluster breaker and put that in over there. I'll break these boxes. Get this stuff out of the way as well. And then I can bring this one out. Bring that one down and that can merge. Because once the clusters are broken, there's no risk of them jamming at a merger. Only question is, which way do I want it to go? Over the hole is the shortest route. Yeah, can do that. So we'll go this way then. And I want to give it a little bit of height around here. So we'll bring it up to there. And then I just need to tie this in. Let's see, maybe a couple of straight bits because I might bring that through here. So I'll bring this one down and then straight belt it to there. Yep, one too far, and then get that one in and those two. So I will be able to bring a line over the top, bring it down and merge it into this line if we can handle the extra. My only concern is overloading right now. So we'll bring this belt over the hole and weave it through this area, and then we are going to link up. Yep, we're going to link up over there and go over the top of those lines. And at this point, I could probably drop it a little bit. Yep, that works. And now we have 3 belts coming through. And since I already have the line established, I don't have to stress. Is this the right height? It is. That's perfect. It's like a big wall of belts. And I'm just going to bring it all the way to the big cave. And I'm going to have to do some crouching now because I am high up. Oh, no, it's not going to work. We are almost there. A few more belts. I'm going to bring it over the top of the copper belt around here, and then I can hopefully drop it straight down when I get there. In fact, I can do some dropping now. Yep, that's good. Straight belt through to there, and then ramp down. I have to get off the belt to do this one, and then I just need to take one of these out and tie in. Cool. That's the iron. Get a top chute in over here. Regular chutes below as far as it will let me go. And then I've got to jump down, do the rest from the bottom. And then an angled chute at the bottom, like that. And belts. And just like that, I'm out of straight belts again. All right, get some more. And just for kicks, I'll get another 100. How are we doing on bends? Let's get some extra bends. 20 should do it, and then slopes got 15. I'm not going to need much more. Let's just get another 10. Yeah, that'll be good. Right, pick everything up and then run up here, jump onto the belt, and hope nothing gets in the way. We're good. Right, now there's an iron belt over there. It's not at the ground level like the others, but it should still work. Oh, I didn't need to go that far. Bring that back and drop that in. And then we'll just put chutes down onto this. Good. Top chute over there. Regular chutes, only one. Bottom chute there. And with that, I'll do a quick run back just to check all my lines, make sure everything is actually connected like it's supposed to be. Yep, this is all good. Hopefully I have all my belts in the right direction. It's usually only a problem when there's a ramp. Usually. Okay, so this one comes over, we go through, this comes over the top, through here, over that big hole. Yeah, from here, the ramps are right. This is good. Everything looks fine. I think we can switch this on. So we'll toss in the drill bit, and that one starts, and then I'll just turn on auto miners, all of them, and then just keep an eye on this for a bit to see that I've got things right. And while I'm waiting for things to happen, I'll just drop stuff on belts. Oh, we got a piece wedged in there. Let's break it, and now it's not wedged anymore. Look at that, we have a geode. I don't need any more of them, but I would like to see what it is. It is just quartz. Right. Oh, and there's a slag ingot in there. I don't want to put that on my belt. Although, no, I don't. The sorters will separate these out. Ah, what the heck, let's get rid of it. It doesn't need to be here. Alright, this is going to add quite a lot of iron, which could potentially cause issues. So I'm going to just need to keep an eye on that for a moment. But damn, that looks good. Little belt bus. Right, the iron is coming, led by an emerald. And we're just waiting for it to arrive. This is the first of the stuff from the new mining area for the iron. And that's going to drop onto this belt and make things busy. No issues. Good. Right, I'll head down here. Oh. I'm going to need to turn a copper miner off. I've overloaded it. Yeah, that could be a little problem. Okay. Let me head up and go and turn one of them off. So the answer to the question about those other miners, no, I'm not going to attach them because we are already loaded. And these are the offenders. So if I turn this one off, and now I have to remember which one I've turned off. Actually, I don't want to remember. So I'm going to just remove that one and then we'll see. And I hope the same thing doesn't happen with the iron, but now I'm starting to think that it might. Although the iron is being split to iron and steel, but I'm going to just have to keep an eye on this copper now. Otherwise it's going to start spilling stuff. It's already started spilling stuff on the floor. Let's see if removing that one will solve the problem. I don't mind it sort of staying high up, but yeah, when it starts backing up like that, it's an issue. And that's still with the double ingot molds. So yeah, there's a lot. And hopefully I don't have to remove another miner. Anyway, how are we doing on this side? This side still looks okay. Might take a moment to sort of start getting overwhelmed. Okay, after watching it for a while, it does look like it is settling. There we go. So, okay, so we're good now. So by removing that one miner, we solved the problem. And that copper is now at max. So what I could do is I could put another copper smelter upstairs and bring bars down. Not really that keen on doing that. I think what I've got here is quite alright. I've got a lot of cash coming in, and I don't have too many issues here. So let's go and clean up. Yeah, there wasn't a lot that fell out. So it's okay. I'll just go and put those on that belt. Yep. We are on the edge. Perfect. But that does mean that I can add an extra miner in here for the iron. And, oh, right. We finished the MineMogul. Oh, we get the MineMogul trophy that we can go and buy. So that means we don't need crushed coal anymore because in here, you only need coal ore. So this crusher is going to go. That splitter is actually going to go. So what I'm going to do here is make a small mess by removing this and popping in a straight belt. And this is all going to change because now this needs to go through shakers. Well, half of it. So I'll bring them out around here, then loop them around and put them through a couple of shakers. And that will give us gems that we can then add on to this line downstairs somehow. Yeah, I'll figure that out when I get there. Let's go and sort out that miner. I can't remember if I had the miner on the mine. Let me go and check. Yeah, this is here, and I have one drill bit. I don't think this has a drill bit. No, it doesn't. So I'm going to need to change this line to come in there. Bend that. Straight bit there. We'll break that out. Go straight. And then we'll break this bend out and go straight. Super, then I can break all of these out because now I can bring this one out, bring it up and over the top. a couple of ramps down, and okay, I'll just drop this in like that. I won't bother with a merger. Cool, that's set up. So let's make sure that we have this switched on. Drill bit is in, and that's going to tie into this iron line, and then we just need to check downstairs. So I've got, I believe, every node covered, and there's only 3 large copper nodes that I'm not going to be able to connect in, but I believe I have all the other nodes covered. And what we have downstairs is actually, well, I might be able to deal with the extra iron that'll come through. Oh, and another issue that I noticed, down at the bottom of my sorting area, sometimes, oh, these are going through fine now. There was a quartz geode stuck in here. It blocked another geode from coming through, but it doesn't seem to be an issue right now. I gotta figure out how to stop these little bits of coal falling out. But I'm hearing a lot less beeping, so that's good news. Oh good, the copper has stabilized. And bear in mind, I do have the rapid auto miners on all the normal nodes. So if the iron is able to handle the extra iron that's coming through now, which is only from one miner, but I mean one miner can make a big difference. So I'll just keep an eye on that for a moment and make sure that it doesn't get overloaded. And while we're waiting for that to happen, I can just go down here and have a look at things on this side. Yeah, we've got our shaker set up over here doing its thing. I do want to have a look at the description of the shakers. So I am going to get 2. So we'll get those and pick them up. I see coal falls out of these shakers as well, because it doesn't look like we get emeralds out of this. And if we're not getting emeralds out of here, that could be a big problem, because I haven't seen emeralds come out of the clusters. And I've got rapid auto miners everywhere. And we're getting lots of rubies, but I haven't seen emeralds on the belt for a while unless I put them there myself. It looks like there's still stuff on the ground over here. A lot less than before, but it's still getting through. So the real solution is just to get more walls in. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the emeralds for the next stage. I may have to change things up just to meet the emerald target. And why would there be 1 ingot lying here? That's odd. Maybe it's been there for a long time. I suppose I can get rid of this one. So we'll throw that away. Anyway, what does this description say? Input coal ore for a chance to find rubies, or crushed coal for diamonds. Oh my word, I'm not going to be getting any emeralds through. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, is there a node up there that I didn't see before? Oh, there is. And it's iron. And more iron. Oh, and there's a couple more over here. Oh my gosh, I haven't tapped all the nodes. There are 4 iron nodes up here. Oh well, if I need more iron, I know where to come. But there's another node over there. Oh my gosh, they're all over. There are even some ingots over here. And there's some diamonds that I could break out over there. Okay, well, I'm not tapping all the resources. But honestly, I don't think I need to. Yeah, I thought those shaker tables would give us some emeralds at least. But that's not happening. It looks like we have the need for a chute over here. So let's get a top chute. I have no top chutes. Maybe just a regular chute. Let's see if that works. That's probably not going to work. No, I will take it out. Oh yeah. No, there's definitely a problem. All right, well, I've got top chutes now. Okay, I have chutes again. So I can put that one in there. But I don't think that's the problem. It looks like there's a lot falling off here. So this one is not good. Let's get a top chute in there. A regular chute over here, and then a bottom chute. Put that in there. That's quite a lot of mess. So let me clean it up. That'll certainly bring my physics objects thing down a lot. I'm hearing distant beeping, and there's a couple of chunks that fell from the top. Hopefully I'll fix that up. So those are broken now. All right, I have a problem somewhere. I see my physics objects are building up, and I've already cleaned this whole area. I'm gonna have to figure out where that is. How are we doing on that iron? Is the smelter's able to deal with it? Yes. So we could add more iron, and I have to figure out where my leakage is, because if we go in here, it's up to 2,700. I don't think I've added that much more into the system. Maybe I forgot to add a belt. Oh, did I forget to add a belt upstairs? No, this is fine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I made a mistake. That's the problem. This needed to go higher. All right, well, let's turn this off. That is the problem right there. So I'll delete those and ramp it up one more. I forgot. You can't go too low over the belts with the clusters on them because they don't get past. So we'll go one higher. It could be fun connecting it in now, but that's okay. I got chutes. Maybe I'll use a chute rather. Come all the way over the top. Yeah, that will allow this to flow again. So that'll work, and then I'll have a bottom chute, and we'll shove it in over there. And then I can remove all of this. Yep, problem solved. And we can turn this miner back on. And I got some cleanup to do. And through the power of editing, we're done. All cleaned up. How are we looking now? Oh, it's still high. Or maybe it's just because of all the extra stuff I've put on, or it's this. Yeah, I didn't think this would work. Yeah, there are probably a few more places like this. Question is, how do I fix this? Do I maybe just have two belts going into the crusher, but then that's going to cause a jam at the cluster breaker? Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one. Because, yeah, if you have two clusters going in there at the same time, it could jam up at the top. Man, do I need to get another cluster breaker just for that one? Maybe that's the solution. Okay, I thought about it. Yes, it is the solution. I'm going to go get another cluster breaker. Right, I'm back with a cluster breaker. And I'm going to just put that one right over there. Is that in line? It is. Yeah, you see, that is a big problem. So we'll direct that one over there. Break this out, straight bit in, and then I'm going to make a mess here. This is going to need to be, let's do a ledge. I can find those flippin' ledges. There they are. Now we can do a merger. These are small ones. So we'll break that and merge like that. And then do some cleanup. Nothing else lying around here? Nope. I need to just sort this out. A few bits, nothing serious. Yep, that's not good. So I'm going to take this one out as soon as the next one comes out. You see, it's definitely not working. This will have to be a straight belt. And then for just in case, I'll put another straight belt over there. And we can remove that one. Right, that problem should be solved. Object count is still very high. So I will continue with my inspection. Well, I'm not seeing anything major. Everything seems to be okay. I mean, there might be a few bits lying down and like this that we can just get rid of. I really just need a belt to redirect that stuff. A little bit more over here. Yeah, I'm not getting as much slag as I was before. Oops. Need to grab that. Have a look down here. Yeah, look, that's not bad. I'm not seeing any coal down here. So that's not the problem. I can take this crusher out with these ramps as well. A little bit of coal I can throw on the belts. Get rid of that support so it's not in the way. This one should be fine. Yeah, and it looks like there's a sweet spot with the smelters. Because I took that one out and now it's dropped down. So it gives the illusion that I could add another one on. But if I add another one on, then it's going to overflow. So I think I've hit the sweet spot with the copper. That coal is still doing fine. It's feeding the steel furnace enough. We're getting plenty of coal through on these lines. Yeah. That's good. And I believe we have a trophy that we can go and sort ourselves out with. So let's hop in to the shop. And trophies. Yes, look at that. $1 million. It's 10 million for the MineMogul trophy. But yeah, I'm not going to buy that now. We'll save that for the next time. Maybe get a couple. And I'm going to let it run so we can get closer to that target. I want to see how we're going to overcome the issue with the emeralds. Those are going to be a problem, I see. And I'm not really that keen on downgrading mines, but I might have to. You know, see lots of diamonds coming through, rubies coming through on this side. There'll be more diamonds and rubies coming through on this line, because this will be split coal and shakers. But anyway, if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments, let me know your thoughts. In the next episode, we will continue. And hopefully by then I have a couple of the major quests done. And then we can do this gem line, which is going to be quite a substantial gem line, I think. And maybe we'll start building a little house. I think I might do that. Over on this side. Yeah, close to our little computer desk. Pity we can't move that. Could have it inside our house. And maybe toss a few of these things away, although I might need some of those miners. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!